Right on, guys. What's up? Oh, I see the first question. Are you going to New York Maker Faire? No, let's just jump right in before I forget the questions. I'm not going to the New York Maker Faire this year, and that's because I will be shooting the TV show starting what is that? I forgot, to be honest. I think it's the end of September. We're starting to the TV show, and I can't make it to the New York Maker Faire. And also, I might be in New York in November, but I will give you updates on that when I know if I'm actually going to make it. All right, that was a quick start. Let's relax. Let's say hi to Lucy. She's here with us. Right on. I just came back. Actually, do you want to have us both in that picture? Hey, everybody's saying hi. Maybe we can leave it like that. Or do you? Yeah? Mm-hmm. I just came home from the Maker Faire in Hanover about an hour ago. Oh, Red Smith. Hey, what's up? Mm-hmm. Yes. Red Smith was there as well. We had a great panel talk. I will talk about that in a minute. Just to give you guys an idea. Actually, it's really uncomfortable to sit so weird. So I will turn it back and... Sorry. I will show you guys Lucy in a bit. Oh, yo, Jack or whatever is there as well. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry. The last time, I think Smudo broke the live stream. I'm really not sure what happened. It might be my phone though. It's not in a very good shape. I'm honestly waiting for the new iPhone to come out, and I think I will have to invest in that. And then I hope the live stream thing works a little bit better. But it looks good right now, so I'm hoping this works out. Man, there are so many people in the chat already. That is so awesome. Singapore, Slovakia. Yeah, this is incredible. We met a bunch of people at the Maker Faire. I went there with 3 girls from Triton. They picked me up here in Cologne. Before we drove to the Maker Faire, we met on Wednesday. And did some content for their channels. Since I'm the brand ambassador, they wanna promote that a little bit. Then they visited some other German makers for some content creation. And then on Friday they picked me up here in Cologne, and we drove all the way to Hanover. Then we had a great dinner and exchanged some ideas and some future plans for our collaboration and what we guys are planning together. There might be travels to Texas, meeting April. I will be in England, I think next month, for the Screwfix Live show or fair. I'm not sure what it's called. So if you guys are going to be there, make sure to say hi. I'd love to meet you. Yeah, so Saturday at the Maker Faire, we had a panel talk, and we had the same panel discussion today. Well, basically the same. And there were so many interesting people there in the audience, and of course on stage. I had the pleasure I wrote it down so I don't forget anybody. Jacko whatever was there. He's in the live stream as well. Chris from Get Hands Dirty was there. The Red Smith, he's in the stream right now as well. Oh yeah, Maya Makes, he was in the audience. Hey man. Cactus Workshop, such a good... I mean, I'm sure you all know his work. If not, check out his channel. He's incredible. Jenny Swiss was there. Alex 2Q, Sebastian Olares, and Kiel Otto was the host. And I want to tell you guys a funny story how I met Kiel. That was pretty much a year ago at the Hurricane Festival when I did my first hurricane shelter, tiny house, whatever build. I posted a picture of me unloading the van with all my tools and said, right on, ready to go, let's kick this off. And then I realized I forgot my spirit level, and I posted that. And a couple of hours later, this guy somehow found me. He was a little bit drunk maybe. And he said, hey, I got you a spirit level, so here you go. And I thought that was the nicest thing. So we had a beer together in the sun, and we really, I don't know, got friendly over the internet. And this year at the Hurricane Festival, he came again, visited me. We saw some concerts together, and we started talking about the maker scene in Germany, and he's really into it. He has a channel himself, but he's not super active on making videos, but he's a very, very active member of the community. So he's responsible for the whole panel discussion that we had. Because last year at the Maker Faire, I drove there by myself, and there wasn't anything prepared for any other YouTubers. I mean, I just started my channel, so obviously I wasn't involved in anything. Yeah, and this year Kiel really took fate in his hands and organized this incredible panel talk. And I think that was a huge step for us to put the community up front. Yeah, Kiel is an awesome guy, Red. You are absolutely right. It felt really good, and it was a very nice discussion, I think. Lots of cool questions from the audience, lots of cool insights from the creators. There must be some, I think somebody tried to live stream it as well. Maybe you can find it on the internet. If not, I'm really hoping we're having these things more often. I think it's very valuable for the community and also for us as creators to hear the insights of other people who are doing the same stuff that we do. So it was a really good time. But I have to say, I think I talked, maybe I never talked that much in my entire life as the last couple days. And also switching forward from, or back and forth from German to English, it gets really confusing. So if I don't make too much sense today, I'm really sorry. But yeah, I'm trying my best. Anyway, so that was the Maker Faire in Hanover. Lots of great people there. Another big thing for the European maker community is the Maker Central event next year. I'm not even sure when it is. Lucy will post a link in a second. If you're not familiar with the Maker Central thing, check it out. I honestly think this will be the biggest thing that has happened in Europe so far. I think it might even be bigger than anything for the maker community or YouTube community, because it's not only European makers that are coming, all the big names are going to be there. Oh, thank you! I got a donation. Jacko says, "'Cause I can." Thank you, man, that's awesome. Where was I? Maker Central. Oh yeah, Jimmy DeResta is going to be there for sure. And also, I don't know, I think everybody, Izzy Swan, Jacko, April, Matt Cremona, a bunch of people. Lucy just posted the link, go check out the thing. I think it's going to be the biggest thing ever. So if you have time, if you have the funds, try to make it. It will be really, really good.
Maybe, sorry to interrupt, but I just saw that Ellen is going to be there, Crafts with Ellen, and I think she's the one that did the remodeling on your t-shirt, remember?
Yes,
and that is, so
that
cool.
is
Maybe,
true. Yeah, the us lady makers always have, you know what, I think I will just, I'm a little bit closer here. The female makers, we always have the problem that the shirts don't fit that well, and Ellen from Crafts with Ellen, she ordered a shirt and alterated it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if that's the right word, but she made it fit her really, really well. And she's going to be there, so that is awesome. I can't wait. I hope we might meet before that, Ellen, but if not, I will meet you there. Can't wait. Right on. So let's talk about the last video. Altered it. Okay, altered it.
Yeah, Marielle always saves us.
Yeah, Marielle is my dictionary. Thanks, man. Right on, let's talk about the last video. That was the lock holder for my bicycle. As I said in the description, I'm not sure, I don't think too many people read the description. Sometimes there's some really cool info in there. In this case, it's not my original idea, the lock holder. I saw that on a bike, and the company who makes that, or used to make that lock holder thing, is called Fixie Inc., I believe. And I just saw that and thought that was the coolest idea. I slightly changed the design, but I put it right here, and I want to clean up with some of my most frequent comments. Let me reposition the camera. Oh, I'm live. I'm back. I think I'm back. Am I back? I think I'm back. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
Okay, I will not touch the camera anymore. I don't want this to happen again. Oh. Okay, so new rule. We are not allowed to touch the camera. I'm so glad this picked up again. Last time we were so frustrated when the stream... So Lucy has to come into the frame now if she wants to say something.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyway, so the frame is fine. The frame is fine. It's stable enough. And I think
you can move the bike, yeah.
I can move the bike, yeah. The most frequent comment was like, "Oh, good job, now you will have a rattling bike." I don't know, like, I will put my microphone to it. Nothing! Nothing! There's no rattling at all. Oh wait, that's not the camera, that's the microphone. Hold on, there's no rattling at all because you see it's a very tight fit, and the lock has a rubber coating, so you actually have to force it in a little bit, and once it's in, it's stuck there. There's no rattling. Even if you go up and down the curbs, nothing will happen. It is fine. You don't have to worry about me being annoyed with my bicycle. I know that you guys didn't write that, but just wanted to clarify. It's a pretty handy hack. So if you guys want to do it, don't worry about rattling. It's fine. Yeah, the reinforcement is, I think it will be fine. Also, I'm not the most aggressive rider. I'm not going downhill with this. I'm not going crazy fast with this. But for regular bike use without any stunts, flatline tricks, or half pipe actions, I think this will be absolutely fine. If not, you will know about it because there probably won't be a video for a couple of weeks. Anyways, another thing that I didn't get to mention last time in the stream because I probably touched the camera and then the stream was gone, is the curiosity box. That is this one. It's from Vsauce, the channel. They make this prescription thing for the curiosity box. And then you get one of these boxes 4 times a year. Sorry, it's really hard to show. And there's all kinds of cool stuff in there. Stickers, shirts, there was a hat in there, and patches, and eclipse glasses, and I don't know. A microphone for your cell phone, and where's the magazine? What I actually want to talk about is the magazine, because I am very, very, very proud to be featured in that magazine. That is pretty awesome. They always have one creator that they feature and one artist that they feature. This is the artist, and that's the creator, and I'm super proud to be in there. That is really, really, really nice. Another thing for the updates is that I bought a new camera lens. This is obviously now mine. Lucy will post a link to that. I wanted to get a 100mm lens or 100mm macro lens to up my macro game a little bit. And I wanted to get the Canon. I was prepared to invest a couple $100, and then the guy at the camera store said, like, I mean, if you're fine with a 105mm, you should really look into the Sigma because it's a really good lens. And he was right. I'm not even sure about the Canon prices anymore, but I think the 100mm with 4.0 aperture was $600 or something like that. This is 2.8. With a really, really good image stabilizer that I don't use it, but if you're into that, it has a really good image stabilizer. And this is around $450. So it's crazy. It's actually, I think it's the best lens that I had, and you only notice that when you suddenly work with a new lens, how sharp it is. It's really incredible. If you want to see some shots of that, check out the latest video, the bike lock video. All of the macro shots are with this lens, and I just always love it when you buy something that is really good quality for a really good price. I think for a lens like that, 500 something euros is not too much. And what I always do, I'm not sure, you can ask with your camera store, I always insure my lenses and my equipment. In this case, it's $70 for 3 years complete insurance. So if I crack this by myself, or if I drop it, or if I lose it, or if it gets stolen, this is insured. I will get replacement. If you make weekly videos or a lot of videos, especially in a rough environment like a workshop, I think it might be a good idea. Murphy's Law wanted it that the only lens I ever broke was the only one that I did not insure. So after that, I insured all of my lenses. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. Anyways, the lens is perfect. Check it out in the latest video, all the macro shots. I'm in love with it, and that lens really makes me want to have a small project for my next project, so I can completely sink into the macro thing. And last week I built this little thing this little key thing for my new bike lock, because the original keys, maybe I will ask Lucy if she can get the original keys. Die hängen an dem Laura Kampf-Ding, wo die Lampe ist. Ich weiß gar nicht, worüber du redest. Die Schlüssel, kannst du die mal kurz holen? An der Laura Kampf-Lampe, wo meine ganzen Akkus sind. Da hängt so ein Schlüsselbund mit den schwarzen.
Schiller, alle?
Nee, mit den schwarzen, die Fahrradschlüssel. Da sind zwei so schwarze Plastik. Alright, sorry. I want to show you how the original key looks like, because it's so bulky. And I think this is a really nice design. Yes, there she goes. It's so cool to have Lucy here to help me with all this. Right on. So that's the original key. They have two versions. One is almost like a car key. It has this little light on it. Ching, ching. And the other one is this one. It's still pretty bulky compared to that. So question for you. Do you think a small project like that, is that enough to make a full dedicated video? Or is that more, should I do like just an Instagram post about it? I never know. I'm always worried that I make a video that does not have enough meat to the bone. So yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. Okay, so right on. Perfect. Oh, that's awesome, guys. All right, so I think I might do a video on that. Right on. So I will stop showing this so you have at least a little bit of a surprise next week. Great. Do I have any more updates? Let me check my lists. No, I don't think so. Before I started the live stream, when I introduced the live stream, or when I opened the stream, I guess, before I go live, the chat already works. So I think that is a great time for you to submit questions. So we did that today, and there were a couple good questions, and one was particularly good. It was a question about branding. I actually forgot who it was. I didn't write down the name, sorry. But somebody asked me about my branding, how I work with branding, and how I deal with that. I think we could probably dedicate a complete episode about that topic, because it's really interesting and it's very, very important. Thank you guys, by the way, for supporting me on the small projects. That is so cool. Right on, branding. So I think obviously the most important thing is your logo, because that is your representation in the internet. So make sure that you have a logo that is very unique and that is very you, and that you are happy with, because you will have that logo for a long time if everything goes right. And in my case, although I studied design, I knew right away I cannot make my own logo. I want my logo to be super professional, and I want it to be awesome, and I hope that I will never get sick of it. So I was looking online for other logos that I really liked, and I was researching the designers behind these logos. And I found a guy called Simon Walker. He also has a synonym called Super Furry. He's on I think he's on pretty much all the social media. He makes his own typefaces, and he's in my opinion, an incredibly talented designer from Texas. I don't want to lie, but I think it was maybe 5 years ago when I got the logo. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So that was my, besides my workshop and tools, but that was my first investment from a business perspective. So I asked him, like, would you like to make a logo for me? He said yes, and then I didn't say anything about myself. I just sent him some pictures about my work. And then he came back to me with 3 designs, and that was one of them. The other, there was one I wasn't particularly, I didn't like it too much, but there were 2, this one being one of them, that I absolutely loved. And I chose this one, and that was awesome. That was really, really, really great. And I can only advise you not to be cheap about this if you want to have a good logo with everything. Like, that is somebody else's work, that is somebody else's profession. Go invest in that, because you will it will come back. It will come back around. I'm very, very sure that my logo is part of. I mean, I don't want to say that my logo is responsible for any success or whatever, but it is very recognizable, and it's something that people would like to wear, and it's a good icon. I don't know, it's just a great logo, and the reason that I didn't make that is, or because I didn't make that, it's so much easier for me to celebrate that logo, because it's weird enough to wear your own stuff and promote yourself. It would be even weirder if I made the logo. So I would advise you, find some designer that you really like, and get a logo made. And don't be cheap about it. I think a logo should at least cost as much as your... It's hard to say. I mean, should we, like, okay, I will tell you. My logo, I'm not sure what he's charging now, and this is like a long time ago. Maybe he's more expensive, maybe he's more expensive now. But my logo was around $1,000 if I remember correctly. So 1,000 euros for a logo is a lot of money, but I can tell you right now, it was worth every euro. So that's it. But don't go to him and say like, make me a logo for $1,000, because he's very successful right now, and I think he might charge more now. Anyways, another really cool thing another thing that we talked a lot about over the weekend, because there were a lot of YouTube creators, and obviously branding is thanks, Maria. Obviously branding is like a very high focus point. The one really big advantage that we as people, creators, and not companies have, is that we have a personality to begin with. And whatever we are interested in is a reflection of our personality. So a big company like, I don't know, let's say, Adidas, let's say Adidas, I don't care. This company does not necessarily have a personality. Maybe not Adidas, let's say like a huge company, it doesn't really matter. It's a company, it's a structure, there are a million people working there. There is no personality there. They have to make a personality up for that shoe or for that book or whatever, so that people can relate to it and that people want to buy it. And we have the huge advantage that we already have a personality, and we don't have to make something up. We just have to be ourselves. And that is a huge advantage, but it's also very intimidating, because at the end of the day, this is about you. And if you get like critical feedback, of course you will take it to heart. But I can tell you from my experience, like, it doesn't really matter. All the love that you are getting is overweighing the bad stuff by far. So just get out there. You have to show your personality if you really want people to engage with you. Because if you never show your face, if you never state your opinion, if you never say what you like, people will have a hard time to engage with you. So branding and personality, in our case, at least that's my opinion, it goes hand in hand. And that is very good if you can be honest about that stuff. Just be yourself. Don't be afraid to show yourself, and then you have a much easier time than any company who has to create a personality about a product. With us, it's the other way around. Just do it. to be back to company slogans. James Victori, he's a really cool designer. I support him on Patreon, and I also recently found out that Jimmy DeResta is somewhat friends with him. I think they're both teachers on the School of Visual Arts in New York. So James Victori, he has this really cool slogan, I guess it's called. He says, "In the particular lies the universal," and that's another thing that goes for personality and branding. If I tell you my favorite record of the week is this and that, and I like it so much because this is my now I'm really losing my focus. I'm sorry. So if I open myself up and tell you why I like certain things and how I relate to them, you might not even have to like the same things, but the fact that I talk about my particular feelings makes it relatable for you. So you might not like the same band, but you can relate to the feeling of liking a band in general. And that's, I think, what he means with "in the particular lies the universal." And it's the same thing with content creation. If I'm super passionate about my bike projects. You don't have to be into bike projects, but you will be able to relate to the passion, and that's that's the enthusiasm that is infectious, and that's what people want to see, and that's the personality that you need to relate to the creator that you're watching. Maybe I'm rambling, but I really believe that this is the best way to make it, and also the best way to build a brand that is sustainable, because you cannot lie about these things, you know. You cannot make stuff up if this is really something that you have to do every week. It would be probably a pretty hard time if you would fake a persona to get views or to you know, get somewhere. The only thing is to be yourself, and that's very connected with the whole branding aspect. Is there a good question?
How do you pronounce your last name?
How do I pronounce my last name? It's got, well, in German it's Kampf. Yeah. And I know that this name is not only associated with positive stuff because of the stupid Hitler book, but it's, I mean, I get so much feedback for that, and I have to say, like, I don't appreciate that at all. And also, it doesn't mean struggle, it means fight in German. And I really like my last name, and I just wish people would stop with the stupid comments, because they get deleted anyways. They're on the blacklist. Yeah, but it's not you guys. So, am I single? No. Right on. So
I have one more question.
One more question.
One question came up, I think, in every live stream. I don't think it's a really important question, but why Sharpie and not Edding?
All right. Why Sharpie and not Edding? I think it's more the myth of the Sharpie. Like the Sharpie, I don't know. So my to start from the top. You want the long story? You get the long story. Now, my grandfather lived in Florida, and when I visited him as a kid, he always bought me stuff so I can draw, and there was those paper-made Sharpwriters and a box of Sharpies. He usually got the blue Sharpies, and for some reason, my brother always got the black Sharpies, and I hated that because I wanted the black Sharpies as well. So it's really funny. Even as a kid, I was into Sharpies because that's like associated with my grandfather, associated with America. So I was always interested in them, and then I brought them home to Germany, and everybody had Edding, but I was the only one having Sharpie because my grandfather gave them to me. So it was a very positive association to begin with. And now, I mean, it's a maker pencil, I guess.
Let's say what Edding is.
Oh, Edding, right. Edding is the German marker. It's the German pendant, I would say, to Sharpie. And I have to say, I like the tip of a Sharpie much, much better. It's way more pointy. The Edding is more like a round tip. It's wider. Oh, good man, for coffee and cakes. Thanks, Ellen. 10. That's awesome. $10. Coffee, cakes, maybe a Sharpie. Right on. So, Kjell is there? Nice. Kjell, the guy who organized the panel talk, is here. Kjell, you missed the story. I told the story of the Hurricane Festival where you brought me the spirit level. So thanks again for that. By the way, the spirit level that Kjell gave me is the yellow spirit level that is in all my videos. So you're probably familiar with that one. But that is the reason why I prefer Sharpie to Edding. It's just an emotional thing, and it's also the tip that is slightly better. I do have to say that I think that Edding smells better. Right on. I think from the stuff that I wanted to talk about, that is it. So we can jump to some questions if we have some. Do we have more questions? Maybe, hopefully. Just some suggestions for the short video. Maybe you could do a live build. That was a question. If it's such a small project. Maybe I could do a live build. Interesting. You know what? Maybe I could. Maybe I could. Yeah, I will think about it. I think I will either make a very short video where I try to really well, that's the thing about the live stream, because I want to make a small project so I can play with my new macro lens. If I do the live stream, I can't play with my macro lens, and I can't show it. I can't show it super close up. So I will think about it. I don't hate the idea. I kind of like the idea. We'll see how I feel.
Another question about your branding is, how do you pick a topic for your brand?
A topic for my brand? I don't understand.
Like, for example, you started an online shop, and how do you decide what to do with branding?
Okay, so what products or what? I don't.
The question was, how do you pick a topic for your brand?
Okay, so somebody asked, how do you pick a topic for my brand? I don't understand the question, to be honest. So maybe if you can clarify a little bit on that. Yeah. There was something with multiple cameras. This is going so fast now, but somebody said something about multiple cameras. I don't use multiple cameras. I use only one camera. Otherwise, I will... Oh, well, thank you so much. Man, we're making some money. That is awesome. Thanks for the support. That's really good. I use only one camera because I will get confused if I have too much stuff going on at the same time. And... I think it's easier also in the edit, and the editing process is what I enjoy the least, because I have to sit down and I have to sit in front of the computer for a couple hours. I don't like that at all. I'd rather be running around in the shop. So I try to make the editing process as short as I can, and having only one camera is pretty linear. It's pretty linear work. All the footage is on one card, and it's in the right order. I just have to cut off the beginning and the end. And basically everything else is in-camera editing, as I would call it. So only one camera. Live build with macro stills. Live build with macro stills. I'm not sure if that's possible, but I will look into it. What?
Can we do... somebody asked about the record of the week from last
yes!
live stream.
Perfect. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about it. So last week I wanted to talk about the record of the week. And the record of the week last week was MOLOKO, from MOLOKO, the album Statues. And that is one of my favorite albums of all times. And the biggest problem with that is that I don't have it. It's super on vinyl. I have to clarify, on vinyl. I have it on CD. I have it, on my computer, but I don't have it on vinyl. And I actually tried to find it a couple times. It's a super rare vinyl, and I really want to have it. And I want to. So if one of you has it, I want to trade with you, if you're willing to trade. I would trade my scissor lamp, the steel lamp that I built a couple months ago. I will trade this lamp for the vinyl statues from MOLOKO, because I want to have it so bad. Right on. Ooh, another 10. Thanks, man. That is awesome, Levi? Right. Levi, right?
I think so.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, what? What?
Sind Kronen.
Kronen. How much is that? Well, it's 100. That's awesome. Thanks, man. Oh, man. You guys really rock. So, yes. Do you want to trade this lamp for the record Statues from MOLOKO? Then please write me a message. I will send you the lamp. And I would be honored to do business with you. About $10. That's awesome. I wanted to say something. Oh yeah, my favorite songs on that record is Familiar Feeling, Cannot Contain This, and I Want You. So yeah, if you haven't heard that record, I think it's super far ahead of its time. I could listen to it all day long, and I think if I had to choose only one record to listen to for the rest of my life, it would probably be it, or at least in the top 10, because Cannot Contain This. Perfect. It's just perfect. I love it. What do I think of YouTube? I think YouTube is great. Without YouTube, I couldn't sustain this. So without YouTube, I couldn't probably not afford the shop. And I couldn't dedicate all of my time to making videos, to making content. And also, I would never have met this wonderful community. So I really like YouTube.
Oh, we have some clearance in the question.
All right.
She meant, how do I choose what to make videos about?
Oh, okay. So how do you choose what to make videos about? I'm really sorry that I don't want to keep Lucy out of the frame, but I think it's super weird to look in this corner. So when I have it like that, it's a little bit closer to that lens, and it looks weird because of the wide angle. How do I choose? Okay, so I think that goes hand in hand with what I said before about the personality. I think there's a way to exploit YouTube and to make videos that go viral and to make content that is very easy to click for other people. I don't think that will be what makes you super happy, and I don't think that is sustainable. Get closer to Lucy. Right on. Let's do. Oh, I touched the camera.
Oh my god.
I think we're still fine. Maybe Lucy can get a little bit closer. I think you should really do what you're interested in. And I said it before, like, I had it happen that that happened, by the way, 2 weeks ago. I was posting on Instagram that my next project is going to be a wood project with Moutenye, a wood that I have never worked with. So I started working with it, and I absolutely hated it. It was so dry. I wanted to plane it, and everything was dusty, and I didn't like the grain, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I switched it out last minute and did the bike project thing. So these decisions are very easy to make when you're very true to your content, and so please don't think about it too much. Just choose whatever you are interested in. I mean, there are a million factors that will limit you. Material, costs, tools, time. Don't let anything else other than that limit your imagination. Just do what you really want to do. And don't think about clicks, don't think about too much of the whole algorithm stuff. Just do what you want to do, and that's the only way, in my opinion, to make this a sustainable thing. My editing software is Premiere. Yeah, I edit with Premiere. We had that in the panel talk. Somebody asked me what the software was, and he commented, well, that's pretty expensive because it's around $20 a month. I think it's pretty cheap because this is my business. You know, if you open a pizzeria or a nail salon or whatever it is, like a store, you will have to pay rent, you will have to pay taxes, you will have to buy, you know, your equipment and furniture for the store. And this is how I see my camera, my editing software, the money that I spent on music. It's all part of the business. You have to invest into that, and you know, don't let $20 hold you back. You will need to make some investments with every business that you do. So yeah, $20 a month is nothing. Yeah, that's true. It used to be so much more expensive, all of that. Since you based such a big focus. Oh, I didn't get the. Any recommendations on how to best learn Premiere? Well, I know it is a bit confusing when you open it at the first time because you have different canvases. How did I get started? The thing is, I used to work for TV, so I had some introduction there. I think the best way is probably just to give it a try. Maybe watch a couple videos. They make, like Adobe makes really good intro videos, so that you just have an overview, what is what, and then don't be irritated by the whole transition stuff, color correction, all that. Leave that out. Honestly, I only use like the simplest transition from black to the picture and vice versa. And all the other stuff, don't worry about it. That's all later. The first probably 30. Oh, pizza! Yeah. Thanks, man. Real bit mover. That is awesome. I will order some pizza after that because I'm really hungry. So I think the first 20 videos on my YouTube channel have a horrible color correction, and even the white balance is completely off most of the time. That doesn't really matter. So don't play around with all the fancy stuff. Just try to get the editing done, and then like hard edits, no transitions. Just try to get familiar with the interface, and then you will go from there. Right, guys, I think I'm losing my voice. I think I'm tired. I think, yeah, it's been 30 minutes, so...
we have to write down the name of the record. Can you write it down and hold it up?
Oh yeah.
I have paper.
Wait, there's here. I will write down the name of the record, and where's my fancy pen?
And maybe say again what
Yeah,
you're up
hold
to.
on. I need to get rid of my mic. I will get my pen. Were there actually Molokko stitches?
Awesome.
Just got it.
But for the people who watch it later,
Yes.
it's better to write it down, hold it up.
I'm writing it down.
What's your favorite pizza, by the way? Question.
Oh, you can answer that because I always
Oh, yeah.
forget what's.
We always order pizza with pineapple, tuna, corn, olives, and onions.
Everything.
Yeah.
Right on. So, this is it. Oh shit! No, it's not. I misspelled it.
Are you really tired?
Yeah, I'm really tired.
Stay true. Oh. Sorry.
All right. Okay. This is it. I'm really sorry, guys. Molokko. But I think this is right now. So, yes, I will trade the lamp for you, if you like. If you don't want the lamp, you still have the record, you want something else, please let me know. Because we might be able to make a deal. I really want to have this record. All right, guys. Oh, I have another thing. Maybe you can leave a comment. Do you think we should do this weekly or bi-weekly? Because I feel like bi-weekly might be a bit more interesting. But it's I don't know. I don't want to say it's up to you, but because it's up to me. But I would like to hear your opinion on that. Bi-weekly is better. Yeah, I think bi-weekly is better too. Oh, weekly. Shit.
Every day.
Every day.
Daily.
Bi-weekly, bi-weekly. Yeah,
we
bi-weekly.
have to figure it out somehow.
I think hourly. Brad, you're such an idiot.
Maybe let's the Patreon people just maybe
I will
vote for it.
That's a great point. I will make a poll on Patreon. Poll? You know what I think it's a poll. You know what I mean. Right on, guys. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm sorry I missed the video. I didn't even talk about that at all. But
right.
I was working with Triton. I was at the Maker Faire, so I couldn't do a video. I decided not to kill myself, not to do night shifts, just to have a regular week and prepare for the weekend. And I will see you guys probably next week or the week after that, depending on the Patreon poll or whatever that is. All right, guys. See you later. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.